parents, coaches, mentors, and friends voicing 100 variations of no excuses, no alibis, no apologies. Just do what needs to be done now. I'd lived with that sense of urgency. So why did Heaney's words haunt me? Why was I suddenly stricken by a riot of emotion, in the tumultuous words of Ireland's modern mythmaker James Joyce? Suddenly I knew. I was stuck. I was lost. I'd lost my fire. Worse, I was waiting for something to happen, waiting for a miracle, a muse, a breakthrough. By that time in early 2001, I'd been blessed with some success, publishing a number of books, shooting many documentary films, and lecturing all over the world. But I'd hit the wall and had the brick marks on my forehead to prove it. I was mired in the quicksand of an unfinished companion book to one of my documentary films, discombobulated about ghosting someone else's book, and confused about how to tell the truth about my own unlived life. Stuck and, some would say, unfocused, although if pressed, I preferred the baseball metaphor of just being in a slump. I just hadn't had a hit for a while. Sure enough, in the strange way of mythic language, Heaney's haunting words seemed to have been written for me, for that moment, for what I was up against. Deceptively simple words, but somehow expressive of my own coiled feelings of amazement and terror. Those 3 lines reverberated in me like a Celtic carpe diem, a reminder to seize the day, live life to the fullest, use time wisely. As the Roman poet Horace wrote about the mysterious power of mythic language, change the name and it's about you. Uncannily, the chance discovery of the incantatory Irish verses drove home to me questions that are perilous to forget. What are you waiting for? Why are you avoiding the real work? What will it take for you to go deeper? What I heard that day in Galway was an echo of the secret struggle I'd been engaged in from the time I was a skinny, idealistic 16-year-old cub reporter for my hometown newspaper. Since then, I'd written millions of words and shot thousands of hours of film. But in every one of my projects, I'd gotten as stuck as Brer Rabbit in that nasty old tar baby patch. Stuck so often, I realized then and there, standing in the cold Irish rain outside the bookstore, that I hadn't written anything more original than a check or a postcard for months. In the frenzy of life, I lost my focus. All right, I thought, so I'm stuck. I'm lost. I admit it. That's life. I recalled how the maverick mythologist Joseph Campbell confided to me once at the Clift Hotel in San Francisco that the essence of the journey is that a hero is stuck and has to get himself unstuck or there's no adventure, no story, no art. The point, he added, isn't the agony of the quest, it's the rapture of the revelation. That note from the herald's trumpet meant the world to me. As I left the bookstore, a soft rain fell over the medieval city. I sauntered past Nora Barnacle's old slate-roofed house, which her husband, James Joyce, visited only once because her parents believed he wrote dirty books. In the town square, I gazed at the statue of Pádraic Colum, who spent his life wandering the West Country collecting Irish fairy tales. Fiddle music floated across from Colin's bar around the corner. I felt a wild surge of joy for the first time in years, a kind of vertigo in the stark beauty that surrounded me. And then a fugitive line came back to me, as if tossed like a life-preserver by my own soul. When the great Tennessee explorer Daniel Boone was asked if he'd ever been lost, he replied, "No, but I was bewildered once for a few days." My fingers twitched with the old desire to put pen to paper, get some ideas in motion. My mind turned to the warm turf fire in the Connemara cottage.